of fire. And the reason why I want to go over that, I was reading on the internet. I don't remember the site, but it talked about breath of fire, and breath of fire is the key to the practice of Kundalini Yoga. And I think I've been doing breath of fire wrong this whole time. I'll just go through this. It helps oxygenate the blood. It energizes and nurtures all the body's systems. It aligns the navel chakra. It activates our capacity to focus and be centered in our body, and it creates the heat necessary to stimulate the awakening of the Kundalini energy. So this is how it says to do the breath of fire correctly. Set up nice and tall. Pull the navel toward the spine on the exhale. So what I'm assuming it does is the navel's going to relax and goes back out on the inhale. So this should be done as a rhythmic pumping. Focus on short exhales. Only the exhale is active. And I think I was doing it the other way. I think I was inhaling and letting the exhale release. So I imagine it would look something like, so on the exhale, it's going back. On the inhale, your belly's releasing. And I think I was doing it the opposite way. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. Yeah? Well, and it says breath of fire is light, not a heavy breath. Make sure the movement at the navel is staccato, relaxed, and rhythmic. Do not consciously engage the abdominal muscles. The breath will be too slow and get even slower and heavier. Do not tense or use the muscles of the chest, shoulders, or face. The muscles of the shoulders, chest, and rib cage remain relaxed. Feel the movement of air deep in the lungs and in the chest area. So it says here, a common mistake is to actively inhale as well as exhale. This slows down the breath. Only the exhale is active. The inhale is the same length as the exhale, but we allow it to happen instead of making it happen. When breath of fire is done incorrectly, the abdominal, side back, rib cage, and shoulder muscles have a tendency to become tense instead of being completely relaxed. After a minute or two, the tensing begins to become tedious and sporadic, and the breath loses its rhythm. The result is that the energy from the breath does not flow to the areas under pressure from the exercise. Instead, the breath goes mostly to the external muscles of the abdomen, side, back, ribs, and shoulders. We even use the muscles of our face, which, when under the strain of breathing improperly, become somewhat contorted. Sometimes I feel like I ugly breathe. You know, like when you ugly cry? So it says tips for learning breath of fire. Start with long, deep breathing to become aware of your abdominal and diaphragm muscles and your breathing mechanism. So let's just breathe deep. You know, when we're breathing, when we're inhaling, our stomach should actually be going out. And then our chest rises and lifts. And then when we're exhaling, we pull our navel back towards our spine. Another great way, you know, if you're at home and you want to try this, lie on your back and just for a few minutes, you know, breathe that way and allow your hands to rest on your stomach, your navel point, and just feel the way when you inhale that your stomach rises. And the more we're conscious of the way we breathe, the more we can start to change it, because a lot of us just breathe unconsciously. It's something that we don't really focus to. I know I was never really taught to pay attention to my breathing at all. It says, pant with your mouth open. Panting with your mouth open is a helpful exercise for getting in touch with using the muscles of the navel and the diaphragm to do quick rhythmic breathing. Okay? When learning breath of fire, practice the breath a short time, even a few seconds, and then stop. When the breath starts to feel heavy or not right, stop. Allow your breath to relax before recommencing. It often takes some time to get it right, so don't force it. Just practice, stop, and start again. It may even take a few days until you get into the light rhythm. You will know when you get it because you will be able to continue for longer times without slowing down or building up tension. Anybody have any questions or comments? All right, well, we will practice some breath of fire with some ego eradicator.
Speaking cannot give it. It's in the face of death. We must live it. When things
Maybe if I
are
can find my
down and darkest, that's when.
Okay. Everybody good on breath of fire? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Let's sit up nice, tall and straight. Let's lift our chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Take our arms up to 60 degrees. Take our fingertips, curl them into our finger pads. Thumbs are extended. Shoulders are relaxed. Chin is gently tucked in. Eyes are closed and rolled up to the top of the head. If you can, imagine a light of electricity going from thumb tip to thumb tip, arching over your head. And let's begin breath of fire. Take a nice deep breath in, and then go. Stop. You can stop and substitute breath of fire with long, deep breathing. If you are on your moon cycle or are pregnant, you may substitute breath of fire. Please substitute breath of fire with long, deep breathing. Go at your own pace. Get into a rhythm. Do your best. Keep up. We're on our last 15 seconds. Make it count. Perfect your posture, your breathing. Inhale, stretch our hands up over our head, touch our thumb tips together, open up our fingertips and stretch. Hold this position, apply root lock. Lift your pelvic muscles off the floor. Now I want you to hold this position and exhale all your breath out, drawing your navel all the way back to your spine. All the breath out. I want you to apply root lock. Squeeze your rectum, lift your sex organs, pull your navel in and up, stretch. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and sweep your arms slowly down. Put your hands in your lap. Right hand on top of the left. Touch your thumb tips together. And just allow yourself to feel this energy that you just created with inside your body. Inhale deeply and exhale.